Welcome to Screen Talk with yours truly, Nomfanelo. So, AI continues to be a hot button topic. It seems like practically every week there's always new stuff coming up in regards to AI. And it seems like it's quite concerning in regards to how different industries are reacting to AI and how they're tackling it. With this main topic that I'll be discussing here, there is a lot of concerns for sure. So, Timbaland has been dabbling into AI for quite some time. There's been a lot of backlash in regards to everything that he's been doing with AI and all that stuff. So, the latest one he decided to announce, man, there has been a lot of conversations on that. So, over a week ago, he announced that he is starting an AI label called Stage Zero, and he's launching an AI singer named TaTa. Now, I did a blog post on this on Buy Me a Coffee, which I'll link in the description. It's just weird that he wants to do an AI label when a lot of people, especially artists, are up in arms with AI for valid reasons, obviously. TaTa is quite a derogatory name because it refers to a woman's breasts and all that stuff. And plus, why Asian? Is it to tackle into the K-pop, that scene in regards to the music industry, or is it personal preference? I don't know. So, no surprise that after he announced this, there was a media backlash to this. And the way he decides to respond to this is quite telling. The first response that he did is that he published this AI generated video that had animals essentially mocking artists and those that criticize him, essentially. And honestly, that was such a corny video and quite gross, really, to use all the AI stuff just to critique the haters. I suppose after sharing that disgusting AI generated video that that uses Justin Timberlake's "Cry Me a River" song, he shared this post here where he says, "I know I'm trolling, but let's have a real conversation. I love my independent artists. This doesn't mean I'm not working with real artists anymore. And nah, I don't train AI off y'all music. This just means more creativity for creators. Let's talk about it." It's so funny that he said that because with this video here of executive Ray Daniels, where he praises Timbaland here, but then he says that imagine having artists that don't talk back. That's wild to say, and I just really hope that people within the industry, not just the music industry, talk like this, but with this stuff coming out, and then of course Timbaland sharing it, it really contradicts what he's saying in regards to artists. Like that's insane. That is insane. And obviously got more backlash for that. And then after that, he shared this video because many people are wondering, like, did he use any music that were submitted to him? I think through these live streams that he does. So they're asking, like, did he use that to train the AI? And the woman says, no, nah, all that stuff. And we'll get to that later. But essentially, he's denying that. And then he announced this live stream. So the first live stream he did features different artists, such as Young Guru, Jane Lee, and there were different people coming in and out of the stream. I didn't watch all of it live. From what I saw, I found it was nice that he used his platform to allow different people to share their opinions on the controversy and all that stuff. But then reflecting upon it, it just made me question, did this really change his mind, or was this all for show? Because many people point out that he just wasn't listening to it really. And especially if you notice throughout the interactions, apparently he seemed disengaged. At times, he would be very dismissive. Several people mentioned that apparently he went to the bathroom a lot. I think 30 times. What some people said, maybe he did had to go to the bathroom that many times. You never know. So I do want to share a portion of the live stream. So if you want to check out that live stream, it's on YouTube. So
hey, John, I respect you, bro. I respect. Hey, look, the reason I brought you here because your post is crazy. No, no, no. He didn't. We got it. I mean it. We got it. All right, we don't say it on it in the chat. I mean everything about it, bro. I'm not double backing on it. Respect to your legacy, I would say. What I view this as right now is a betrayal to artists everywhere, bro. What you're doing is you're backdooring us. You got into a position of power, and instead of choosing to unionize and fight against this AI, which I'm not stupid. I use ChatGPT to script out screenplays, things like that. I use ChatGPT on a daily to think of content ideas, to do the menial task, the meaningless task that a robot should do. I'm a spiritual person, and I believe that artists all are tapped into a divine entity, right? When you go and you start creating and you allow some fucking robot to come in and finish your song, you're cutting yourself off from the divine. And let me not even get that deep with it. What I think you're doing is you're doing something that's, in a sense, demonic, bro. And I know it sounds like I'm exaggerating, but it feels demonic. You're choosing to go against us all and put this robot, instead of signing an artist, instead of having someone who has a voice that you could put on and put on your platform. All these motherfuckers you had on the live, all this cool shit you were doing, you choose to go in this direction. John, did you just hear what I just did over there? I do that, John. Hey, John. And then you going by headlines, and I ain't do nothing. I ain't sure.
And that's funny that he said, oh, he's going off of headlines, when in fact, he was the one that put the headlines himself. In fact, if you go on his Instagram profile, he pinned the post of the Billboard article that talks about the announcement of his AI company and TaTa. So what is he talking about? It's not like they just made this up. I mean, that's what's being put out there, and that's why people are reacting the way that they are. Terrible.
No, you nothing. No, you going by headline. I ain't say nothing. That's why we up here. John, you saw a picture. Correct? You ain't hear no music. You ain't hear me play nothing. You ain't hear me. You don't even know what I'm building. You just went off because you don't like, you thinking I'm doing something with AI and you just upset. But you never asked me. You never asked me. Think about it, John. You know you're wrong. You never had a conversation with me. You just went off of a title. Everybody did.
Who posted it though? Who posted it?
Yeah, a guy, interviews, they're going to make it look like something. We already knew this. We knew, but the conversation was to get this conversation of talking about AI. We're talking about something that people are not having a conversation about, and it's going to leave us left behind.
Well, people are having conversations about AI, so I don't know what he's talking about. There's constant conversations with AI, at least as far as I see online. I don't know on the music side, but I know on the film and TV side for sure there's a lot of conversations. But it's quite I don't know what he's trying to say here, like, because again, he put out the headlines himself, and again, people are reacting the way that reacting. And I think also too, people are reacting this strongly because of his history involved with AI and all that stuff. So that's just weird to say all that stuff. But yeah, obviously, yeah, it did not go well with the stream. It's just weird that he would say that, oh, I support artists and all that stuff, but yet he shares videos of executives like Ray Daniels, and also to another post he shared of Rodney Jenkins, aka Darkchild. where essentially he said that, oh, same thing, similar to what Ray Daniels said, where he said, oh, artists should not talk back and they're praising AI. That's just ridiculous. And obviously, like with this, the conversations, at least as of the time of the recording, keeps continue to grow and all this stuff. People are more outraged. And I want to share one of the reactions I saw. So Russ, he is an independent artist. He appeared recently on I forgot the name of Ebro's show he has on Apple Music. I think it's called the Rap Life Show. He shared his response to the Timbaland situation.
From the conversations I've seen him have, it's coming off like the motivation behind signing AI artists and doing all this is control. And you're not looking for artists, you're looking for machines that follow orders.
Okay.
And you're trying to eliminate the messiness, aka the beauty of humanity, and looking at artists like these inconvenient employees. And so you're
just like the rest of the corporations.
Right. So you're kind of doing this because you want compliance, which isn't collaboration. It's not creativity.
No.
It's control. And so at that point, you're not building art, you're building product. It's very weirdly dystopian to go from like protecting the voice of an artist to programming what they say.
Wow.
And you're
would you call it like manipulative almost?
Yeah. And you're also telling the whole world that the ideal artist is the one who shuts up and obeys. It's like, that's compliance. That's not collaboration. That's not art. You're building product. And it's really kind of telling about our culture, not rap or anything, just like America, the world, that we just value convenience, speed, profit, output. So it's like,
yeah, he has fair points. Exactly. Because I think at first with AI, at least at the beginning of all this, you hope that it'll be used for the better and all that stuff. But it seems as time goes on, it's just being used in bad faith. Now, I'm sure there are ways for AI to be used more responsibly and all that stuff, but it's just how it's going about, especially by people within the corporate space, and how different people are reacting to AI positively and all that stuff. It's quite concerning. Myself, I'm in the middle with AI. I'm not anti AI, but I'm not pro AI either. Because honestly, I still have a lot of questions in regards to AI, in regards to its full capabilities, and also to like the legality of AI. Because AI, at the time of this recording, is not copyrighted and all that stuff. So there's still like a lot of ickiness with AI, but probably too there could be some benefits with AI in regards to using it more for productivity and all that stuff. But yeah, there needs to be conversations with AI, not just within the creative space, but how it's being used outside of that. Because I can't tell you how many like different things I'm seeing how AI is being used about. Like when I watched Shark Tank, they keep showing those damn Google Gemini ads, like mainly because Mark Cuban is an ambassador for that, and also too I saw what like for these different phone companies, I think Samsung, they're utilizing AI is messed up because we're not just seeing different companies being created that's AI focused, but we're seeing products that are already out there implementing AI and all that stuff. But no surprise with this whole Timbaland thing with the AI stuff. It has brought up different has resurfaced, if you're already aware, his previous controversies surrounding AI. A notable one is where he tried to do like this Biggie song using AI. I feel like that's just gross in many ways because Biggie's not alive, obviously, and It doesn't seem like he used permission. I don't know if the estate of Biggie tried to sue him or did a cease and desist. I don't know what happened on that front, but that was just icky with what he did there. And then obviously too, like with him being a having a partnership with Suno, you can't really trust his opinions with AI in terms of him being objective. It's just weird that with the responses he's been giving, he's trying to downplay the bad side of AI while trying to prop it up at the same time. In the past, he shared some alarming comments in regards to AI. He appeared on some podcasts where he essentially said that AI has more soul than humans.
Ain't nobody moving me. That's already that we know. And I think y'all feel the same way.
No, 1000%.
Because I feel like everybody goes through it. I feel like it ain't nobody's fault but just the world or what's going on.
Yeah,
I just feel like you can feel the pressure of the dividedness.
Yeah.
And I hate that. And you can feel it.
You can feel it.
You don't see no reconcile. This whole election has divided us.
Yep.
Yeah.
1000%.
And when I mean by that, it divided the music sound bland, it sound boring.
So just before finishing that clip, that's weird for him to say that that the political climate affected music. I mean, I feel like that was the opposite. Again, I know that music is subjective and all that stuff, but I mean, music has been great. So I don't know if it's the type of music that he listens to or if he listened to some of this stuff and felt like that was bland or whatever, but it's just weird to say that that the political climate specifically affected music in the way that he's talking about.
And which is, we talk about AI and artificial intelligence, but shuck, that's the only thing that has a pure soul right now.
Yeah.
That you can create something and just express your true feelings and it comes out beautiful. But, I just feel like right now, everything just discombobulated, which aligns with everything in the world. Like, ain't no song right now, and y'all gotta admit, that's grabbing you.
Nah.
Yeah, that's just a weird. It's a weird thing to say. Again, it could be the stuff that he listened to specifically. I don't know, but to say that an AI has more soul than humans, it feels disrespectful. But yet, he says he's all for the artist. So again, you can't really trust his opinion on AI in terms of being objective and all that stuff. When I first heard about that quote, like I was kind of just speechless. But then now, given like his history with AI and all that stuff, it kind of makes sense for him to say that. It's foul for him to say that. Of course, like with all this AI stuff of Timbaland unfolding, it has certainly gotten worse for Timbaland because apparently it has been discovered that he apparently stole a beat from a music producer. His name is Cuddy Fresh or K Fresh Music on social media. So I see that he posts videos of him doing beats, and at times he'll resurface the same clip and all that stuff. So he first shared the post back in September 16th of 2024 with the beat. And then C Red 13, she did a remix of the song, and then she raps over the beat and all that stuff. This was published September 25th, 2024. And then I saw that Timbaland, he posts video where he's reacting to the song. He says, "Talk that talk" at Secret. Interesting that he tags her, but does not tag K Fresh. And you see how like he's reacting to the post and all this stuff. He looks pretty giddy in here. I first found out about this because Curtis King, who is a music producer, but he's also a YouTuber, he shared his video where he talked about the situation. He did eventually did an interview with K-Fresh, which is available on his YouTube channel. So I'll just share Curtis's video that he posted here.
Kaylin texted me one night and was like, "Did you see this?" And I was like, "Nah." At the moment, I like, for real, I'm still having a time processing it. Like 19-year-old me is like, I can't believe this. Like, it's Timbaland. He's one of the greatest of all time. You know what I mean? So there's a level of excitement that I wanted to have from my music to even reach somebody like that. But then there's also a bit of frustration as a grown man, because it's like, you just saying my name could have went a long way for me. If you liked it that much, a little bit goes a long way for somebody like me. Like, my feet is still on the ground, bro. Like, I'm working for everything, and I'm not asking for much, but just that could have been enough. You know what I mean? So I'm conflicted with the things that I feel.
Was there a sample in that original beat that you created?
No sample.
That's all original.
Yeah, I use Reason. So the sounds that you hear, those are Reason stock sounds.
This is what he said in response to when the video started going viral.
Somebody named K-Fresh Beats. You had mixed his sample with like another artist vocalist. Like, it was two posts that you saw on Instagram and you merged them into one.
Yeah, it was like doing a remake the same way.
It was an edit.
It was an edit the same way.
So now we call it a remix and an edit.
You liked it enough to do that. You couldn't reach out. If you're making content from it, why couldn't you tag me in it?
If he listening, guess who called for that beat? Ghostface Killer. Because of that post. Yeah. So I'm trying to call him today and say, yo, man, you need to send that beat to Ghostface. I'll get enough of that.
He said he reached out to you about a possible placement that was going to happen because of him taking your music without permission. Like, what are we talking about?
No. For one, where did he reach out to me? You could have told Ghostface who made the beat. And ironically, Ghostface has my number.
Really?
Ghostface knows who I am. Ghostface has my number. I've already sent beats to Ghostface.
What message, if any, do you have for Timbaland?
I'm down to have a conversation with them. More importantly, man, you guys got a responsibility to look out for the young guys that look up to you guys. Like, there's so much more you could be doing in terms of giving back. Change the game. Like, we know the music industry is messed up, but it don't have to be like that. And when we got leaders, like, it starts with y'all. Y'all got way more influence than a lot of us. So just do the right thing, bro.
Yeah, there's that. Like, Timbaland is scummy for doing that stuff. It's just weird that with someone in his position is doing this, and also too, it's weird that with Suno that he uses, it's weird that he calls it Baby Timbo. That's strange, but yeah, someone in his position should not, be doing stuff like this, because it makes you wonder, like, is he going through a rough patch? Like, is he going through something? Because I think he has said before that he felt uninspired until he decided to get all in on AI, but also too, at the same time, it makes you question, has he been like this whole time? I don't know. Ryan Schmidt, who is a lawyer, he talked about the situation. He said that he shared the beat on Instagram, and then Timbaland saw it, liked it, and used Suno to create AI remix without K-Fresh's credit, consent, or compensation. Does Suno allow this? Not exactly. Says it's very important that you only upload, post, publish, or display submissions that you have the rights to use and all that stuff. So he says that you can only upload original work or work you have the permission to use. and then points out their terms and conditions, or terms of service as they call it, where you certify that you own or exclusively control all the rights for the content you upload and all that stuff. Now, I believe on the Suno website, for the premium version, you're allowed to upload audio, but for the free version, you can only use words to prompt it. So he says, why do they require this? For starters, any unauthorized reproduction of copyrighted works is copyright infringement, even if it's non-monetized demo / remix, but also then points out certain portion of their term, says, by uploading a work into Suno, you are agreeing that they can use that worm music to train their AI model. K-Fresh was never given a choice to say no. And then he says, make it fair. Suno, the public place of your platform, and one of your strategic advisors isn't following the rules you set. In doing so, he's bypassing the rights of musicians using their work without permission and setting a harmful precedent. Innovation is exciting, but we can't let that excitement override our responsibility to use technology in ways that are both lawful and ethical. So yeah, there's his comments on that. Yeah, it's just weird for Timbaland to do all of this stuff, unless if he was like this the whole entire time, but people just caught on due to the AI and all that stuff. Allegedly. No surprise that with people talking about this, the conversation getting bigger, it has brought up some of Timbaland's previous controversies. So I kept seeing people mention that apparently with these live streams that he does, he doesn't give constructive criticism, but rather he gives negative reactions to the music. And I know people kept mentioning Beat Club. Apparently, it's a scam and all that stuff. I don't know much about that, honestly. I'm sure you could research it on all that stuff. So I found a tweet by Weaver Beats. That he is I believe, a music producer and also a YouTuber. He has a whole playlist covering different Timbaland topics and all that stuff. Timbaland has done a lot of vile things in the past 10 years. Got CLA Wu's channel deleted for no reason. I'm not sure if he was doing some sort of collaboration with Timbaland or working with Timbaland, but I guess something went haywire, and as a result got CLE's channel deleted and all that stuff, from my understanding of this. Mentions Beat Club, long form scam, didn't pay employees wages, he's being sued for it. He absolutely shits on every song in on his live streams. Lied about his one of one Beat Club NPC prize. Him and Akai turned around and started selling them en masse within a few months. Weird obsession of AI and saying it's got more soul than humans do. It makes you question everything about Timbaland. And it's just reading and learning about all this stuff. In a way, it kind of reminds me of Marty Wolf from Big Fat Liar. If any of you guys know of that movie, it's a funny movie. Check it out. But essentially, Marty Wolf, he's like this Hollywood producer. He's quite scummy and acts as a jerk to everyone. But essentially, he steals this idea for a movie from a kid's paper. Frankie Muniz is the lead character in the movie. But so essentially, Marty Wolf steals his paper to use as an idea for a movie, and acts disrespectful towards people under him. But it's I recommend you watch the movie if you guys want to check that out, and probably to think about it in a way that with Timbaland's love for Baby Suno, that in a way is like Marty Wolf's love for Mr. Funnybones, the toy monkey in the movie. So yeah, I thought that was interesting to share. It just makes you question everything about Timbaland in regards to his legacy and all this stuff. I've seen people post online that apparently he's been like this for years and has done some weird things. here and there. And it reminded me that apparently this is not the first time that he has dabbled into plagiarism. So I don't know if you guys remember this. He was accused of stealing the beats for the Nelly Furtado song, Do It. If you remember the song, Do It Like You Do It to Me, Burning Up. So let me share the Wikipedia page. So back in 2007, apparently the her song Nelly Furtado song "Do It" features elements sampled from Acid Jazz Evening, a chiptune style track composed by Finnish demo scene artist Jane Suni. This was considered plagiarism by some. In fact, that there are videos on YouTube where it shows the notable similarities between both of those tracks. So, and then of course that was like a big thing at the time. I was in high school when this was popping up. I didn't really look into it at the time, or it's been a long time. I don't really recall. But essentially, yeah, this was everywhere, like all over mainstream media and all that stuff. There was a lawsuit over this. And I want to read here how he responded to this at the time. So apparently, in an interview for the radio show Elliot in the Morning, this was back in February 2007. Apparently, he admitted to what he called sampling, but he claimed that sampling is not stealing because everybody samples from everybody every day, and also said that the sample is from a video game and mentioned the Commodore 64. Also said that he has no time for research and that it's sometimes impossible to know what's public domain and what's not. I mean, I'm sure there's easy ways to research this, but whatever. He called the issue ridiculous, but mentioned that he is in legal discussions and therefore was not able to say much about it, and called Jane Suni an idiot and a freaking jerk on the show. Wow. And then on February 9, 2007, he talked about it in an interview with MTV. He says, quote, "It makes me laugh. The part I don't understand. The dude is trying to act like I went to his house and took it from his computer. I don't know him from a can of paint. I'm 15 years deep. That's how you attack a king? You attack moi? Come on, man. You got to come correct. You the laughing stock. People are like, you can't be serious. So seems clear that he's not really taking this too seriously and essentially is criticizing Jane Suni. That's telling. And then apparently, I guess with the case, it was dismissed to say, yeah, looks like it has been dismissed twice because I guess there was another lawsuit about this back in 2011. This obviously is not good for Timbaland. His past stuff is resurfacing. I think Suno should reevaluate their relationship or partnership, whatever they call it, with Timbaland because it seems clear that he violated the terms of service when he decided to take off that producer's beats to implement it onto Baby Suno. That's terrible. Oh, in fact, I almost forgot. I do have the video of Timbaland talking about that beat. Now, this was uploaded on his TikTok, but when I tried to look for it on TikTok, I couldn't find the original video there. I don't know if he took it down, but I don't have a TikTok account, so I could not look for the original video. But Curtis King, he uploaded the video on social media.
Let me introduce you to Baby Timbo. See, Red, what's popping? So let me introduce you to Baby Timbo. Suno, better known as Baby Timbo, right? So remember this right here.
I don't write verses for fun. We've been out working for crumbs. To the seeds we plant and pay my fees on the first of the month. Those
I feel like the rap was so
So I came up with this. I put it in baby Suno and I kind of plucked it a certain way. You don't really see all that. It's for me, for my eyes only. But check it out.
I don't write verses for fun. We've been out working for crumbs. Till the seats we clad ain't and pay my fees on my first.
Just want to pause this. Yeah, this is. I don't know what he was thinking here doing that. It just sounds like a very watered down version of the video that K Fresh and C-Red did on the remix there. That it's just terrible. So I'll just pause it right there. But yeah, Curtis King, he posted on Twitter, and I'm sure it's out there on social media somewhere. It seems like he's not backing down with AI. I wonder if he's going to react to this recent, you have to say, allegations of him stealing K Fresh's beat to do his own thing. But I mean, I'll be honest, like I doubt he'll say anything publicly because I imagine there's probably gonna be legal action towards this. If Timbaland were to address this, I imagine he'll probably try to downplay it and all that stuff. Cause like you saw, like when I showed you the clip earlier, when Curtis King and K Fresh were talking about it, he tried to downplay it as like a edit or a remix and all that stuff. But I see for many people commenting on this, they feel like this is not a surprise, given his character and of course his history doing similar stuff on this allegedly. So yeah, and I won't be surprised if more stories come out of this. It's not good for Timbaland. Also not good for Suno as well too. Because apparently also too Suno has their own like lawsuit apparently where the major labels are sued Suno for the copyrights and all that stuff, but apparently there's talks of they're trying to negotiate a settlement. So yeah, there's all that stuff. That's all that for now, like in regards to the talk with the Timbaland's AI controversies, because it seems like it's more than one at this point. So I want to know, what are your thoughts on all of this? Let me know in the comments section. So also too, if you want to support me, you can visit buymeacoffee.com/numphymalloy to donate. Also too, if you want to follow me on social media, my links are in the description. So I want to say thank you so much for tuning in, and I hope to catch you on the next one.